G'day guys. Hey, we all know that cell phone cameras are really great these days. There's very little holding them back in comparison to the DSLR or the mirrorless or the point and shoots or the actual proper cameras. We know that. We know that the photos from your smartphone can rival anything from your bigger, more expensive, more specialized camera. We know that they do amazing things such as computational photography, subject tracking, eye detection, panorama, low light, astrophotography, star tracking, all of those things. And hey look, there are a couple of things that are still holding your smartphone camera back. Firstly, the zoom. It's very difficult to zoom in without the addition of a telephoto lens. You have to rely on digital zoom, whereas cameras with interchangeable lenses particularly include the ability to attach a zoom lens or a telephoto lens or something that's going to take your image out further and bring it back and pop it into the camera. That's so far not possible on your smartphone because they're limited by the profile in terms of how big the lens can be. So aside from not having the magic that different lenses can bring on an interchangeable lens camera system, what is the one thing that I believe is holding back the smartphone camera from being the total package? And it might not be something you've thought of, but it's something that annoys the heck out of me. I wonder if you've noticed it. Okay guys, so what I'm talking about is the awful lens flare that comes out from smartphone cameras, and it's because of the lens cover itself. Now the lens cover on your smartphone is generally glass, toughened glass, Gorilla Glass, Corning glass, whatever they want to call it, it's glass. Now it does not usually feature the same sort of optical coatings that your lens will have in your interchangeable lens camera system. Now when those lens manufacturers are making the lenses like Canon and Sony and Nikon and all the others, Nikkor, what they're doing is they then put coatings across the elements of the lens to reduce lens flare or unusual aberrations in your photos. That's what your smartphone does not have. The other thing is your smartphone is dealing with a flat plane of glass, which means that it cannot deal with light coming in to the sensor at unusual angles, and that is what creates the flare. And not only that, it is dirt and oils and smudges on the camera lens that causes the flare. Now look at these images here. Some of these photos would be terrific photos if not for the fact that there's so much lens flare. And the thing with the lens flare out of smartphones is that it's not natural, it doesn't look normal, it looks odd, it looks like you've got a dirty lens. So yeah, and you'll see it all the time in a whole lot of smartphone photos. It's generally what will allow you to identify the fact that it's a smartphone photo to start with, the fact that it has these really weird, actually quite horrifying lens flares flying all over the screen in all sorts of directions, usually right across your subject or the thing you want to show in the photograph. It's really annoying. Hey look, if camera companies can deal with this, put some lens coatings on there and stop the smudges, stop the oils, stop the dirt, then they're gonna have a big win. And not only that, as soon as they work out how to put telephoto or optical zoom lenses onto these things, wow, you know, the camera's days might be numbered at that point. But for now, there's still a long way to go. The camera rules supreme. Yeah!
That's awesome, man.
And so that brings me to the tip in this video, or the hint, and you've guessed it, it's really simple. You see this thing here, the lens on your smartphone? You see this thing here, a lens cloth? I'll demonstrate. I like to sort of run it around in circular motion so that if you do leave any oils or smudges on the lens, then it will give you a circular lens flare. None of these straight light daggers firing down and killing your subject, beheading your subject. All right, so now that you've used this very simple piece of equipment, the lens cloth, and cleaned your lenses in a nice circular motion, you are ready to take amazing smartphone photos. Boom, there we go. Hey, I know you're probably gonna think this is a waste of time or tell me this was a terrible, pointless video, but hey, that's cool. I'm just doing it because it's something that I've noticed, and it's probably something that you've noticed too, even if you realized it or not. But anyway, point or pointless, this is the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one out there, look after yourself. We'll catch you next time. Bye!